listening to Crystal Clear Lore, a Wormsong production. Mike, Rob, and Wayne stumbled out of their rented SUV like three raccoons that had discovered a cooler full of expired beer. The Six Rivers National Forest loomed around them, with ancient redwoods clawing at the sky and mist curling through the underbrush like cigarette smoke from a ghost. It was supposed to be a memorable weekend hunting down Bigfoot. Once they got definitive proof, the three friends would become world famous and it would skyrocket their YouTube careers. Mike had come up with the idea, declaring it content gold. Rob had grumbled about ticks, but had been persuaded to come along. Wayne, unpredictable as always, had packed nothing except beef jerky and a plastic Bigfoot mask. "Gentlemen," Mike announced, striking a dramatic pose with his thermal monocular, "we are not just hunters. We are legendary hunters. The Sasquatch of Six Rivers will tremble before our superior intellect and impeccable strategy." Rob adjusted his cap. "Intellect? You spent 3 hours on the last trip convinced that a blurry heat signature was Bigfoot, when it was just a very warm stump." Wayne snorted, already almost tripping over a root. "Yeah, and you kept yelling, 'It's right there, Rob,' at a stump. Classic." After some laughter at Mike's expense, they hiked deeper, trading barbs as they had since they had all met in college. Their friendship was an old one forged in the fires of late nights, bad ideas, and drinking when Mike still could. The forest soon took their full attention. It felt different than they had expected. Heavier, older. The kind of old that remembers every footstep. Local folklore had warned them. Before leaving the ranger station, a Karuk woman had stared at them with tired eyes.
"Sasquatch isn't just a creature. He's the guardian here. The woods always remember, even when men forget how to listen. He takes those who mock the balance."
She'd handed them a small pouch of cedar and tobacco. Mike had immediately tried to use it as a Bigfoot repellent grenade, to the woman's consternation. Now, hours later, the pouch was forgotten at the bottom of Wayne's pack. The first sign that they were on the right path appeared near dusk. A footprint. It was massive. Wayne planted his boot inside it and still had 6 inches of space on every side. "Holy crap," Mike whispered, genuinely awed for once. "That's bigger than the ones they found back in '58. Rob, are you seeing this?" Rob crouched, phone flashlight trembling slightly. "Yeah, and it's fresh. Look at the edges. They're still sharp. It hasn't rained since yesterday." He swallowed. "Guys, this isn't a costume prop." Wayne, never one to let a moment stay serious, dropped to all fours and roared, "I am Bigfoot's cousin, Steve! Take me to your leader!" A branch snapped somewhere in the darkening trees. It wasn't close, but it was also not far enough away. They laughed nervously and far too loud. The sound ended as abruptly as it had begun, swallowed by the canopy of trees. As night fell, they set up camp the way only idiots in a horror story do. A single tent, a dying campfire, and enough beef jerky to feed a small army. Mike narrated the whole thing while recording on his phone. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mike's Real-Life Bigfoot Nightmare. Today, we're experiencing authentic Six Rivers dread. Smell that? That's the scent of impending doom and Rob's regret. "Regret smells like your socks," Wayne muttered, feeding another log to the fire. They told stories to keep their minds busy, not willing to focus on why they were even out in the middle of the forest. Rob recounted every Bigfoot legend he'd half remembered from Wikipedia. The Salish stories of the wild man of the woods. The Canadian Sasquatch who stole salmon and children. The way some tribes describe them not as animals, but as something in between. Spirits wearing flesh suits. Guardians angry at logging. At noise. At disrespect. After a while, though, he ran out of stories to tell, creating a tense silence, only broken up by the popping of the firewood. the forest began to come alive. It started low, almost like the wind. Then it built into a guttural, vibrating call that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The trees themselves seemed to lean in. The fire flickered as if something massive had just passed by, sucking the air with it. Mike's eyes went wide. Okay, that wasn't normal. Rob was already standing, gripping a flashlight like a holy sword. We should leave. Now. Wayne, pale but committed to the bit, pulled on the plastic Bigfoot mask. It's fine, guys. I'm camouflaged. Another howl. Closer this time. Then they heard footsteps. These didn't sound like any footsteps they had heard before. These were heavy, deliberate. They made the guys' hearts thump in their rib cages. They didn't hesitate and took off. Branches whipped their faces. Wayne lost the mask almost immediately. Rob's flashlight beam bounced wildly, catching glimpses of something huge moving parallel to them through the trees. Shaggy, impossibly tall, and unbelievably fast. It's real, Mike panted, half laughing, half terrified. It's actually real and it's completely pissed. Less talking, more running, Rob yelled. They burst into a clearing with a small, moss-covered stone formation, ages old and maybe ceremonial. The air felt charged as Wayne tripped. As he pushed himself up, his hand brushed something soft. Staring at it, he saw that it was fur. A sizable clump of it, dark and coarse, and unfortunately still warm. He held it up, voice cracking. Guys, I think I just petted Bigfoot. The creature stepped into the clearing. It was taller than any of them had imagined. 8, maybe 9 feet. Its shoulders were as broad as a truck, with a face that was anything but friendly. Instead, it was ancient and weathered. The creature's eyes were too intelligent, and scars crisscrossed its chest, documenting old battles with bears or loggers, or worse. It smelled of wet earth, blood, and something like ozone after lightning. For a frozen second, nobody moved. Then Wayne waved. Hey, big guy. Nice everything. We come in peace. We brought jerky? The Sasquatch tilted its head. A low rumble built in its throat. Not quite a growl, almost exasperated. Mike, never missing a beat, stepped forward with his thermal monocular like an offering. Look, we're sorry. We'll leave. Just don't kill us. Rob, remembering the woman, reached inside Wayne's pack and slowly pulled out the cedar pouch. He opened it and scattered the herbs toward the creature with shaking hands. We didn't listen. She tried to tell us. The Sasquatch regarded the offering. Its massive hand reached out, showing the guy's claws like black knives, and delicately took a pinch of the cedar. It brought it to its face, inhaling. For a moment, the tension eased. Then it roared. The guys instantly closed their eyes, preparing for the worst. After a few seconds, nothing happened. They peeked and saw shapes emerging from the tree line. They were like twisted versions of Bigfoot, but corrupted. They were pale, hairless, and hungry, slowly stalking the guys. Then, the real Sasquatch charged. What followed was utter chaos. Mike screamed directions like it was a co-op boss fight. Rob was trying to use the flashlight as a weapon while cursing fluently. Shit, fuck, fucking shit, this fucking thing won't work, what the fuck? I hit the button! Wayne throwing beef jerky like grenades, yelling, Distraction tacos! Sasquatch tore through the corrupted things with terrifying efficiency. One swipe sent a creature flying into a redwood with a sickening crunch. But there were so many, and they fought dirty, trying to get to the 3 men. Mike ended up with a gash across his arm. Rob got tackled, screaming as teeth sank toward his throat. Wayne managed to grab it, though, wrestling it like it was a bar fight in Ohio. After a while, the corrupted ones gave up the fight, deciding that this prey was simply not worth it. Sasquatch and the 3 men stood victorious, breathing hard, dark blood matting its fur. Some of the corrupted lay broken around the clearing, as the others scampered off. The forest went still again, but the quiet felt earned this time. The Sasquatch turned to the three battered, bleeding, wide-eyed men. Mike raised a shaky hand in salute. "Respect, dude. Absolute respect." Rob, panting, nodded. "We're deleting the footage. All of it." Wayne just grinned through a split lip. Can we at least keep one clip for the bloopers for science?" The Sasquatch made a sound that might have been a chuckle, if you were feeling generous. It reached down, picking Wayne up by the scruff of his jacket like a misbehaving kitten, and set him gently behind the others. Then it pointed one massive finger toward the trail leading out. The men nodded and began packing. Message received, loud and clear. They limped back to the SUV as dawn painted the sky gold. Mike's arm was wrapped in Wayne's torn shirt. Rob had an impressive bite mark on his shoulder that would make great, albeit private, lore. Wayne had scratch marks all over his bald scalp. As they drove away, Mike glanced in the rearview mirror. For just a second, he thought he saw a tall silhouette watching from the tree line. He smiled tiredly. "You know, next time we should hunt for something easier, like ghosts." Rob groaned. "Ugh, there will be no next time." Wayne leaned between the seats, eyes sparkling with pure chaos. "Mothman's in West Virginia, right? He seems cool." The forest watched them go, ancient and patient. The forest had spared them, not because they were strong, but because, in their ridiculous, loud, unbreakable friendship, they had finally shown something like reverence. Somewhere deep in Six Rivers Forest, Sasquatch returned to its silent watch, staring at a plastic Bigfoot mask dangling from a nearby branch like it was a strange new totem.
Welcome back to Crystal Clear Lore. I'm Crystal, and welcome to a hopefully new shiny version of the show with a not new, not shiny producer.
Yep, I'm Brady. I've been here for a while. I'm just that guy in the closet.
Yeah, but you're my guy in the closet. We need you.
And today's episode, I believe, is about a foot fetish.
No, maybe. Well,
a big one.
That brings up questions I'm not sure I want answered.
This will be a bit of an interesting episode because there's tons of Bigfoot erotica novels, and I will try my best not to quote them.
Look, you can't, just because I bought my best friend 3 of them for her birthday. 3 of the worst ones. I found the worst, like just trashy, horrible ones. I'm like, I'm buying these for my friend for her birthday, even though she doesn't like erotica, because it's funny.
Well, you can go ahead and read a couple of the titles if you want.
Do you want me to, or do you want to say that to the end? Because honestly, it's rough.
We have to start with one. So if you pull one up real quick, then we'll end with a few.
Okay, so the first one that pops up is, these titles kill me, Satisfying Sasquatch. On Amazon, it has 18 reviews, 3.8 stars total.
Wow. Well, okay, that's a little more popular than I even thought. I just thought they existed.
No.
People read them? Or at least people review them?
Yes, there are reviews.
Well, now that we got the elephant out of the room, we can begin talking about the lore behind Bigfoot, and I'm pretty sure most people know most of the gist of it, or at least we've all seen the blurry photos.
Right, there's the hairy guy, he's in the woods, he's got big feet, right? That's the summation of Bigfoot. But Bigfoot is our homeboy up here in North Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
He's really known to inhabit the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, and if you guys aren't from the good old PNW, we have a lot of thick, dense forests.
If you just go up like a half an hour past where we're at, it's just like you can't even see like a foot into the forest, honestly.
We are very foresty up here.
And that's prime real estate for Mr. McFoot.
Do not call him Mr. McFoot.
That's his name, isn't it? Biggie McFoot?
No! Biggie is apparently a large, and he's muscular and he's bipedal creature. So he kind of resembles between a humanoid and an ape.
Does science know how much he can bench yet?
No, sadly.
Well, this is ridiculous.
I
What
know.
is the point of 2026 if we don't know how much Bigfoot can bench? Because if we don't know that, then we don't have a data point to say whether or not he can fight a tiger or a gorilla or Joe Rogan.
Oh, you could definitely fight Joe Rogan.
I don't know. See, that would maybe be matched, but we don't know because we don't have a good benchmark. So,
Sure.
Mr. McFoot, you get your butt over here and get some measurements. You need a baseline,
Well,
bro.
According to eyewitness accounts, Sasquatches or big feet or Bigfoots, I'm not sure what's the plural there, they can range from 6 to 9 feet tall. So already I think he's got an advantage on Joe Rogan just from that. Sometimes, though, their height has been reported up to 15 feet.
Holy crap.
Yeah, big feet.
Holy moly. It's got to be like, what do you think? That'd be a size 20?
Oh, easy.
22?
They are completely covered, except in the face, in long, shaggy hair that's either black, dark brown, or like a dark reddish brown. Their faces have been reported to resemble humans more than apes. I found an article. This is the favorite part, by the way, is getting all these articles off of the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, actually, I don't remember us doing an article in quite a while because we've been doing a lot of like ancient mythology.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's not really a lot of Athena sightings in 2026, you know what I mean?
That's fair. But the Rolling Stone did have an article that came out on May 10th, 1973, and it was called Giant Hairy Apes in the North Woods, a Bigfoot Study.
Ooh, some journalists actually kind of dug into it, huh?
Yeah, this seems like actually kind of like legit journalism. So in this article, a man named Rich Brown spotted the creature at 9:30 p.m. in a meadow outside the Dalles in Oregon. So he had been driving home when his wife spotted the figure, right? So they're driving home, wife sees this big thing and is like, what the heck is that? He swung his car around and the creature like froze in the headlights like a deer. And so then Mr. Brown grabbed his Winchester 30-06 rifle with his 4-power scope and lined up a shot to take it. He's from the Dalles. He's a hunter, right? At the very last minute, though, Brown didn't take the shot. He was literally quoted as saying, I couldn't shoot it because it looked more human than animal.
Yeah, so that kind of messed with his head, huh?
I couldn't do it. So to me, we have that, and that's like, okay, so he's definitely more on the humanoid side than the ape side. Interestingly, though, do you know what Bigfoot smells like?
That's probably the only question I don't think I've ever asked about Bigfoot.
Well, we know what he smells like.
Okay, let's hear it.
There is a Bigfoot Discovery Museum in Felton, California, and the owner, Michael Rugg, told reporters for the SF Gate in 2021 that it smells like, quote, a skunk that had rolled around in dead animals and had hung around the garbage pits.
Says the man named Rugg, who is originally the smell you would have guessed that Bigfoot smelled like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. But I'd just rather have just the dumpster.
Yeah, it's not a good smell. The creature does go by many names. One of the more popular and probably the oldest is Sasquatch. This is an anglicized version of Sásq'ets. Sasq'ets.
That sounds like something you order for breakfast in Tennessee.
Wrong side of the country.
Hey, I'm going to get them Sásq'ets.
Sásq'ets is from the Halkomelem language, which was spoken by the various Native American tribes that lived along the British Columbian coast. So they had the word Sásq'ets, and then, quote unquote, the white man came over, learned about Sásq'ets, and then anglicized it to Sasquatch.
It's kind of similar.
Yeah, I would say that's where Sasquatch kind of comes from, right?
Let me get some of them Sasquatch.
Sasquatch is old then, right? Like it's pre-settlers old. Bigfoot is the other one we all know him as, and that actually comes from 1958, which I referenced in my story.
Is this the bite of 58?
So apparently, in the Six Rivers National Forest, there were some massive prints that were left at a job site. These prints were measured to be 16 inches long and had sunk really deep in the mud. Like there was a lot of weight on them.
Is there a way they could use that as an estimation for his weight?
Possibly, but I don't know if they had the stuff at the time. I couldn't find anything about his weight.
Bummer.
So the prints are a bit controversial, which I think most Bigfoot things are. And some claimed that the footprints were made by wooden feet that a crew member, Ray Wallace, had made. His family, when Ray Wallace died, said, well, no, they were faked because he made them with big wooden feet to screw with the workers, right? But there's a lot of people saying there's no way they were actually faked.
Okay, this is very similar to the crop circle phenomenon.
It's a whole thing. So the people that claim that they're not faked say that the prints are too deep to be made by wooden feet, and the wood wouldn't be able to recreate the dermal ridges and shifting toe positions that the prints contain.
Oh, okay. So some foot fetish guys
No, think about like when you
investigated.
Think about when you put your feet in mud, like your toes kind of spread differently. They're not even throughout.
Yeah, but somebody would have to really be into like staring at footprints to figure all this out.
This is true. I'll be real with you.
That's what I'm saying. This is a foot fetish episode.
Kind of. Sorry. Not sorry. There are similar creatures to Bigfoot, by the way, in the Midwest, New York, and the South, but they honestly deserve their own episode.
Are they slightly different enough?
They are.
Wow, okay. I actually didn't know that. I just kind of thought it was more of a universal type of sighting kind of thing.
No, it's the 12 dragons all over again.
Very interesting. Because I know there was some stuff like the Yeti and stuff, but I thought that was like had to be quite an extremely different biome.
No, because here's the thing. Every time we think, oh, it'll be like one big thing and we can just kind of do a shallow episode, then I find out, oh, I'm sorry, there's like 4 different types of quote unquote Sasquatches or Bigfoots. And then there's 12 types of dragons. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Now, okay, if this information is going to come up later, then go ahead and we can save it. But is there any kind of a Bigfoot or Sasquatch kind of a legend in the Amazon?
You know, I think there is. I'm going to be real. It's going to be the 12 Bigfoots.
The 12 Days of Bigfoot. Got it. Hey, that's okay. You know, I actually thought we were going to be limited to just one Bigfoot episode, and I was kind of hoping we could stretch it somehow so we could do more audio dramas into multiple.
I know. It's fine. It's just also one of those things. It's like when, like, okay, the dragon one, I honestly was like, it'll be like 2 episodes, maybe 3. It's going to be fucking like 12.
It's a series.
So sightings of Bigfoot number in the thousands since they started documenting them in the 19th century. So for the little timeline we do, I'm not going to go into every single sighting because there's so many. I'm just going to do like the notable ones. There are a lot of documented stories of Sasquatches in Native American tribes. And so because the Native Americans were here longer than the settlers, I feel like that's the place we start.
Fair.
One of these stories is about a hair-covered ogre named Sononqua who stole children and food, right? They kind of referenced that with the story where there was a story about Rob was telling the boys about the British Columbian Native American stories where they were stealing salmon and children. There are also petroglyphs on the Tule River Indian reservations that depict a Bigfoot family. And these petroglyphs are more than 1,000 years old.
This is actually the one thing that trips me up in my brain when thinking about Bigfoot is I always end up on the trail of like, does he have a family? Is there just little families of hairy dudes out there and dudettes?
Yeah.
Little sassy juniors. It'd be like the little baby Grinch, but not green.
Yeah. There's also, when the settlers started coming over to the PNW more, I could not believe what I was reading when I saw this. Okay, so there's a local, quote-unquote, sighting from the natives' perspective near Spokane, Washington.
Oh, Spokane, Washington.
Your old stomping grounds, which is...
Yeah, I stomped around there. And, you know, we always joked that old Mick Foot was our neighbor.
Reverend Walker, a Protestant missionary, documented stories of giants from the Native American tribes. These giants apparently were known to live on and around the mountain peaks and were known to also steal salmon out of the fishermen's nets.
Oh boy, little thieves.
Yeah, okay, you know, like Spokane, they have all those cliffs and all that around it. Spokane's a weird place.
It's an interesting geography, that's for sure.
But that's where apparently the Sasquatches lived at one point.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like the top of mountains and stuff too, huh? The mountains around Spokane are not very tall.
They're not.
But yes, Mount Spokane specifically definitely has some legends, and there's a couple others too around there.
Yeah, Mount Spokane's like a whole lore thing we should do. So it's Mount Shasta. We got a few mountains we got to do some lore about.
Got some local legends up around here, up in the Pacific Northwest.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm sure Oregon has a million billion because it's a nice big forest.
Well, we're actually going to Oregon. In 1924, the Oregonian reported on a quote-unquote conflict that occurred between gold prospectors and ape men in Ape Canyon near Mount St. Helens.
Oh boy, going to the west of the Cascades.
Yeah. Apparently, the prospectors encountered these ape men near the remote cabin. One of them, named Fred Beck, shot one with his rifle.
Boom.
America. The creatures then got really upset, as one does when one gets shot.
Usually that's what happens.
They came back later that night and threw massive rocks at the cabin, resulting in damage to the roof. Beck himself was also knocked unconscious. Also, justified. I'm sorry. Justified. We already did discuss the 1958 footprints. So that incident with the footprints, that was the one that like incited the media circus around Bigfoot. That's what made him like a complete national sensation.
Oh, okay. I think I have heard of that story.
It was the first time that most people had ever really heard of the story because the story kept getting picked up by more and more newspapers throughout California. And then it made it just farther and farther and farther. And of course, we cannot have a Bigfoot episode without discussing the famous or infamous Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967.
I figured that was going to come up.
We have to talk about it.
That was when we discovered that Bigfoot is indeed actually just blurry. It's not the cameras. We calibrated for that.
So the interesting thing is this takes place in the exact same forest that the footprints were found, the Six Rivers National Forest in California.
Well, I guess we got to go camping there.
I'm good.
Gotta go get some Bigfoot footage for the podcast. Come on. We're getting paid the big bucks.
Are we?
Yeah, all zeros.
Oh, okay, cool.
There isn't a one anywhere near that yet, but it's zeros. Lots of them.
The footage was filmed along the tributary of the Klamath River in that forest in California. Once again, I watched this film. The entire encounter lasts less than a minute. It's not a long film.
Why didn't they chase him down?
Well, because they're probably freaked out.
You went out there to film him and didn't chase him down, man. Not very good cameraman.
It's been the most debated and this notable piece of Bigfoot evidence. Like, it's the thing for the Bigfoot evidence. Everybody has seen this film.
That's the thing that anytime you watch anything on YouTube or one of the Netflix things about Bigfoot, it's brought up for sure every time.
Yeah, the video is public domain, so I highly encourage everyone go watch it and then come back. But it's like a minute long, not even. And it's weird. It's really weird. I keep watching it. I don't know which side. But everyone on both the skeptic side and the believer side have tried to debunk or recreate it. No one's been able to. The original site, though, like there was apparently like a big mudslide, so they did lose that site for a while. They rediscovered where it was in 2011. There's still a lot of like modern Bigfoot sightings.
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to a couple YouTube channels.
I mean, they're all over.
And just constant updates. And I don't think any of them are real, but it's fun. My favorite are the ones where they go out into the woods and just find kind of the evidence and not really try to get a picture of Bigfoot or a film of Bigfoot. The evidence itself, like the bent trees and all the other stuff that they find, is a little bit more intriguing, even if it's faked. It just kind of creates a mystery. You kind of imagine, okay, well, why do they do that? How are they doing that? Is that their toilet? What are they doing?
Right. Well, it's not even that, but there's also been like multiple scientists that have tried to do studies like, okay, could he exist? Could he not exist? We don't really know much of that forest still.
Nobody can figure out how they bend the trees like that or how the weather can, because they've done a lot of, I don't know how many, but I've heard that people have tried to recreate it. I don't think anyone's been able to accurately recreate the bending of the trees, at least by hand.
Not that I've seen either.
Because they're just snapped. Like these are thick, kind of like you wouldn't be able to just do it. You'd have to have a machine. And there's no like machine evidence apparently, so.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then it's always in the same kind of shape. It's like they're marking something or there's something. Who knows? Nobody knows. I don't know. You know.
It's weird.
You're the professor here.
I might be the professor, but I do not hold a candle to a Bigfoot believer who we all are going to recognize the name of.
Okay.
Jane Goodall.
Jane Goodall. What does she do?
I am so disappointed in your entire existence right now. She was a major conservationist for like gorillas and apes and stuff. Remember, she's the monkey lady.
I don't know.
She was. She passed away recently. She was one of the big conservationists.
Well, now she can go hang out with Steve Irwin.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're going to be such a problem up there.
But, I'm sorry. I've heard the name. I've just never understood what she did.
If you believe I should fire Brady because he doesn't know who Jane Goodall is, I understand. Comment below. There's been some impacts, too, from the Bigfoot Mania, I think is what we could call it.
Bigfoot Mania?
Yeah.
Like Hulk Mania?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, brother, I got all this fur on me. Someone needs to scratch it.
So there are 2 counties in Washington State that said there's so many problems with people coming in and trying to kill Bigfoot that we have to make a law that it's illegal to kill Bigfoot.
I figured this was going to come up. This is your favorite thing about Bigfoot in this little county.
I love Skamania and Whatcom counties for this. This is the best thing ever. Also, I feel like those are going to be those counties that they go to now because, if they have like a human-ish intelligence and they're like, it's illegal to kill us in these 2 counties, that's going to be where they go.
Well, if people are really killing the hell out of them, then naturally they'll just get forced there anyway.
Well, not just that, but like, wouldn't you be mad If Bigfoot exists and then somebody just killed him, I'd be so mad.
Who wouldn't?
That might have been the last one. What are you doing?
Unfortunately, I just asked who wouldn't, but then I thought about humans and I was like, oh yeah, that's like a lot.
There's like a lot of
There's
humans.
a lot of people that would, and then there's a lot of their bros that be like, yeah, bro, we got him, bro. What size bullet did you use?
Oh, it's no problem. I would be so pissed.
The last podcast I tried to produce, I did an episode about Bigfoot. It was one of the first ones. And I just remember I mentioned something. It was like a thought experiment I did. And it was like, what if Bigfoot was kind of like, we found him, right? And then he decided he wanted to assimilate into society. And like, he's walking around with a suit, trying to get a job. It's a fun thought experiment.
So we're going to end.
You're just going to walk past that one.
We got to get past my anger. Because if we don't, I'll be here. I'll just rant and rave about how much that would piss me off.
My point
I don't want to
was,
sit in it. I don't want to sit in it.
My point was I'd be very pissed because I've already kind of humanized Bigfoot in my mind.
We all do.
Well, it's because of Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
What's that the most banger Bigfoot movie that they ever did produce?
We all humanize Bigfoot. Bigfoot's like a whole thing. It's really funny because living in North Idaho, which is kind of on the edge of the PNW, I mean, Bigfoot is literally like a celebrity out here. We have a Bigfoot festival up in Medellin Falls in Washington. We have Bigfoots on the sides. Like there's Bigfoot statues around. Businesses use Bigfoot silhouettes for their advertising.
It's everywhere.
It's literally part of the culture.
There's keychains and silhouettes of Bigfoot everywhere, just signs and things, and it's great. I love it.
It's Bigfoot.
He's a real hairy guy.
Okay, so we're going to end on, I found some erotica.
Of course you did.
It's terrible.
Wait, before we go on to the final few titles of erotica.
Final few.
Well, we're only going to say a few. There's many.
There's
many. Unfortunately many.
There's so many. Everyone wants to bone Bigfoot.
I just wanted to say, was there any notable modern sightings? Because lately, I know for a fact there's been a lot of footage, at least presented as sightings, and there's definitely less accountability for the footage these days. There's nobody really it's really hard to tell. There's not really an official agency going, yep, it's Bigfoot.
That's a hard thing. So I didn't really include a lot of the modern sightings because they're not the ones that are like super
studied and verified.
And it's hard. And then what's, especially nowadays, what's AI made, what's not, what's, faked, what's, done with a little bit of some video or editing magic. Like it's really hard to do a lot of verification.
I will bring up then my final favorite Bigfoot media, and it was actually kind of more of a forum, was Art Bell Sunday nights on Coast to Coast AM for up until about 2015, I think, when he died.
Yeah, he was doing it forever.
And just so many good Bigfoot stories. You can actually go find him if you look up Midnight in the Desert Bigfoot on YouTube. You can find all the old rebroadcasts that people have done from the archives. Some of the Bigfoot stories are fantastic. This one lady was just describing her, classics, moved out to a place and then just all the sightings in her backyard. He kept coming around. She was leaving food for him and all sorts of weird stuff.
Did she want to bone Bigfoot?
I think it was something like I wanted to bone her dog or something weird like that. There was some weird ones.
What kind of dog did she have? I was imagining like a
nose.
Like a pug.
Oh, it was probably like a Chihuahua.
No.
The breed will come out eventually.
No.
Sasquatch.
That poor Chihuahua had no hope.
Anyway, so without having to think about that too long, we can go ahead and name a few. Maybe this isn't the best thing to follow up with, but go ahead and name some Bigfoot erotica.
Look, it's like one of my favorite things, okay? Because they're so... Okay, so we're going to talk about my friend's birthday.
Okay, yeah. No, I love Bigfoot erotica, too. This is also the reason I even did a Bigfoot episode on the last podcast I did. This was so great.
The erotica's so good. It's so badly written. And of course, I wasn't going to get my friend the really nice ones, right? Nay. We go to give her the really badly written ones. The ones whose storyline makes you just cringe. And then one of our other mutual friends that was there, we had story time with the Bigfoot erotica, and we were all laughing because she's just the narrator, not my best friend who I gave the books to, but the story time lady, who we're going to call her. I loved story time. They were reading the Bigfoot erotica. She just kept getting what am I even reading?
Oh my goodness.
I loved it. It was great.
I was thinking about someday just starting to message all of these authors and just offering up audio for them because I just think it would be hilarious. I don't think if it would pay good, it would be one of the most fun jobs because you would just sit there and laugh your butt off trying to record this crap.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So I went on Amazon Prime and I looked up the 4 stars and up Bigfoot erotica.
Oh boy. And I'm sure it's worse now. The last time I checked, these was before AI even existed.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure it's just fantastic now.
Do I know the number one thing that pops up? Breeding with Bigfoot.
Oh my God.
It has 901 reviews and has 4 stars.
I was going to ask if there was reviews, but I don't think we have time for that as a segment.
Looking, because here's my thing. I'm crazy and I love looking at Amazon reviews.
Yeah, me too.
But what I love the most is the 5-star reviews for badly written porn.
I've never experienced one of these. Why don't you read one and then we can do another couple titles at least.
Sheila Grace Durham gives it a 5-star review and says, wickedly. This story was put together well. I had a little trouble with the cock that grew to 7 feet, but after a while I was wishing our men could do that too. The story had a lot of heat and a happy ending. Lady, 7 feet? Where's that going? Unless you are 8 feet tall, it's going to be bigger than your entire body.
All right, welcome to Crystal Clear Physics. This is going to be an explanation of what the fuck. So anyway...
Brittany Okafor gives it another 5 stars.
Oh, God.
Cross between what am I reading and I just can't stop.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
The reward for the most outrageous monster peen thus far, in my opinion, LOL. You know what you're getting from the title, so buckle in and enjoy the ride. If I'm being honest, I had low expectations, but the book was well written. No typos or distracting grammatical errors and captivating story. Although it was heavy on the spice, there was still enough room for an actual story with action and adventure to go along with the smutty romance.
Well, solid review.
Yeah, this one's the last one. I did kind of scroll through these because I enjoy these.
That's so fun.
Beckaroo gives it a 4-star. Had to take a break halfway through. I don't know how to put this in a PG way, but when a monster's peen can literally be any shape or size, from forearm size to 70 feet long, you gotta suspend any and all claims to sensibility. Breeding with Bigfoot was, well, it was. It is. It exists, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. At this point, I don't know if I can call Siggy Shade, the author, smutty. What they write is just out of this world bizarre, definitely intriguing, and maybe a little mentally traumatizing. I actually took a week to touch some grass about halfway through, and then I finished it because it's like Pandora's box and I had to see the end. It didn't disappoint. It's dark, it's twisted, and yet somehow there's heaps of humor and it's all romantic and indubitably passionate. These MMCs somehow manage to be both murderous eldritch horrors and cinnamon roll lovers. Do I wreck this? Not out loud. But should you read it? I mean, YOLO, right? Why not? He's got a peen that can wrap all the way around her and move completely on its own. And childbirth is a building orgasm that makes a brain reboot. So, yeah.
I have some questions. I think you left out some lore, first of all.
I don't know anything about Bigfoot's penis. I'm gonna be real.
Well, you left out a big chunk of lore, apparently, if you catch my drift. One that grows.
70 feet long. Can wrap around her like a fucking scarf.
It can go over to the neighbor's house, grab a glass of milk, and come back. It's still fuck her. This is disturbing. But then second of all, because I don't want to think about that anymore, because I cooked andouille sausage for dinner. I'm fascinated about just how many different ways people describe a penis. Peen.
Cock. Wiener.
Just so many.
Schlong.
I love it. But when you're dealing with not only just the authors writing it, but then the people talking about it, they all have different ways of describing dicks.
Oh, well, no, this gets better. Do you want to? Okay, the next one. I'm not going to do too many of these, but they are funny. The next one is Bigfoot Loves Butts, Volume 1. 3 stories of MF and MFM monster erotica. Do you know what MF is?
Hang on. Is this the other brother that couldn't deny from that song about the big butts?
He might be the other brother. But do you know what MF means?
Motherfucker?
No. Male, female.
Oh.
And MFM is?
Motherfucking male?
Male, female, male. So threesome with Bigfoot, a female, and a man.
Jesus, help us all.
Okay, so here's the book overview.
Did Zeus write this?
This has 3 stories in it. The first story is Booty and the Bigfoot, a first-time backdoor monster erotic short. Booty and the Bigfoot, a first-time backdoor monster erotic short.
First time, huh?
Mm-hmm. Addie Montgomery is in a run, eager to try new things, especially when it comes to her back door. Bigfoot finds her sunbathing naked, and this might just be the chance to get the rough, erotic adventure of her dreams. Bigfoot's in the Wallflower is story 2. This one gets a little weird, so you're going to have to just roll with it. This is a first-time MFMM plus monster story.
I don't like that there's a plus.
Innocent college freshman Peyton is tired of feeling invisible, so she ditches college life for a weekend in the woods. But her party for one is crashed by 5 giant muscular Bigfoots.
Oh, they're not just Bigfoots, they're muscular.
They're muscular Bigfoots.
These are brofoots.
Oh, fucking orgy. Bigfoots.
No, these are brofoots.
The last story is Menage a Bigfoot.
Oh my God, that's not even clever.
An MFM monster erotica short. Now, this is the sequel to Booty and the Bigfoot. So Addie hasn't seen Bigfoot since he gave her the ride of her life 2 months ago. But when he comes back to the lake in the mountains, he brings a friend. This is not just fucking one Bigfoot. This is fucking up to 5 Bigfoots at once.
Oh boy.
Are you ready for the reviews? I don't know if anybody wrote one. Nobody wrote a review. They gave it stars. They were too embarrassed.
Yeah, that one is a little bit like, I want to say obscure. Maybe niche is the word.
I love Bigfoot porn. There is more. There's a lot more. There's Buy for Bigfoot. There's Bigfoot's Prize, a monster M-Preg short. Do you know what M-Preg is?
Don't want to know? Male pregnancy?
Male pregnancy.
Oh boy.
Bigfoot Loves Butts Volume 2.
Is there any... this is just Bigfoot. This isn't even Sasquatch.
Bigfoot Sommelier Butt Tasting. Bigfoot by the Lake. 2 Hikers, 1 Bigfoot. The Beast, 50 Shades of Furry, Alone with a Female Bigfoot.
Is there any Bigfoot Back Mountain?
Bigfoot in My Butt. Chuck's Bigfoot Tinglers, Volume 1.
It's unreal how much there is.
The monster porn is there's so much. It's so funny to me. Bigfoot Loves Sex, Bred by Bigfoot. People want to get knocked up by Bigfoot. That's the theme I'm seeing.
They want to have just a big old hairy baby. Deep
in the Woods, a steamy male Bigfoot hunt romance.
Well, this is getting too bad. This is too bad.
Bigfoot Pirates Haunt My Balls. I'm not kidding. You can find these all. The Bigfoot Pirates Haunt My Balls. Literally, the author's name is Chuck Tingle.
Well,
it has reviews. It has reviews. Okay, Nicholas Mark Andrew Paredes, 5 stars. I bought it to protest against homophobic missionaries at my school. Passerby loved it and ignored the preachers. Mission accomplished.
Well, there you go.
4 stars. Jess gave it 4 stars. All righty then, said like Bruce from Bruce Almighty. The only reason I read this book was because of the title. Nothing else. Literally nothing else. I was not disappointed. Maybe a little floored, but not disappointed.
Floored is a thing.
This is an anonymous review. 5 stars. The first story is as bizarre as you expect, but somehow it manages to have the most hardcore raunch I've read so far in a tingler yet also have a bittersweet romantic ending. The second story, also gay, is wonderfully fourth wall breaking. It's highly intelligent, reminding me of his tractor witch tale, and so self-referential even he admits his main writing flaw, typos. Apparently from that one, he writes a lot of these. He writes a lot of this kind of stuff, so I went to his author page. Okay, there's so many. And what's sad is Chuck Tingle is on my TBR because of Camp Damascus that he wrote. It's like Pray the Gay Way type of camp, and it was like a whole sort of horror story. It's like, man, that sounds really good. And then I find out he's writing all this, and now I have questions. There's literally 6 stories in a series called Scary Stories to Tingle Your Butt. There's Ladybug on Ladybug. It's a thing. Handsome Sentient Food. Not pounded by anything. These are just a series. Select your own timeline, right? Now, apparently he's kind of local-ish. I'm not sure. Because there's one said, Escape from the Billings Mall is a select your own timeline adventure. There's Trouble in Tinglewood, Highway to Heck, Expedition to the Frozen Lake, Dungeons, Dragons, and Buckaroos, and Decisions to Wrestle with.
He's the James Patterson of like cheesy erotica, whatever genre that is.
Bisexual Buckaroos is one too. Pounded by Politics. 9 Tales of Civic Butthole Diplomacy. I'm confused by Chuck Tingle. To be completely honest with you.
I'm titillated.
I don't know. This whole thing is amazing, and I love it. So if you guys are ever bored out there, just go on Amazon, look up monster porn, and then just have fun.
We could do a whole freaking podcast on reading these reviews and titles and books, because it's not just Bigfoot. And anyway, we won't go too far.
The Mothman porn was too. It was bad.
We won't go too far down this rabbit hole.
I just know locally the Bigfoot porn, like it's a whole thing. And so I feel like if I didn't talk about the sheer amount of Bigfoot porn that there is, I was doing the world a disservice.
Well, I mean, most everybody just knows about Bigfoot. We don't have to go too far into it.
No.
Not everybody knows about Bigfoot porn.
There's so much,
just
guys.
because we're weird.
Go have fun. Go read the titles, read the reviews. I just gave you laughs for a few hours.
Please link your favorite Bigfoot erotica in the comments and any of your favorite comments you find, please. I mean, come on. Don't hold out on us.
I will not read those books, but
we can't find them all on our own here. I don't think I'll ever read a single one of the books, but they're so entertaining that they exist. So, is there anything else about Bigfoot?
Other than apparently his dick is massive. No, I think we're good.
It's kind of hard to follow Bigfoot's dick.
I don't think I'm ever going to get over this sheer amount of Bigfoot porn.
It's too much.
It makes me so happy.
You need to stop, world.
Oh, we've gone too far down the rabbit hole.
But I hope you guys have learned something today.
Yeah, Chris is obsessed with laughing at Bigfoot porn. Anyway, so other than the porn, go back, go re-listen to the discussion part. Remember all the things about Bigfoot, right? It's one of those things we've never been able to fully say yes is real or it is not real. Nobody can remake those videos and the evidence and make it look right. Nobody can fully debunk it though either. So
it's really not about whether Bigfoot's real. It's about the friends we make along the way.
This is true. So I hope that this made Bigfoot and the unholy amount of erotica that exists about the poor creature a bit more crystal clear. Bye.
Bye.
Follow us on Threads and Insta at Wormsong Media. That's WYRMSONG Media. Want to reach out to us? Email us at wormsongmedia@gmail. Again, that's WYRMSONGMEDIA@gmail.